Good afternoon, fans. Welcome to the LB Gym here in Fredericton. I'm Bill Gibson. Privileged once again to be here on my perch in the building known as the Pit. Saturday late afternoon men's volleyball action in the ACAA. The host St. Thomas Tommies and the visiting UNBSJ Seawolves. Tommies come in first place 7-1 in the conference. SJ tied with Crandall for third at 4-4. Tommies ranked 7th in the country, the only ACAA team ranked. Keano is number 1. We're on to the national anthem. Be back to tee this one up just after the anthem. Both these teams coming off wins. Was the UNBSJ last Sunday beating the Dow Rams. Adam Gauthier, 16 kills, 29 attacks, 3 errors, a 4.48 attack percentage and 16 points. Jacob Huisman had 8.5 points, and Jackson Ramier 40 assists. George Howe 10 kills on 22 attacks, against 6 errors for a 1.82 and 1.5 blocking points. A total 11.5 for the Dow Rams. Alistair Stockdale, 10 digs. Tommies coming off a win, 3-0 at Crandall. Kaylin Noonan, 16 kills on 32, 4 errors, 375, 3 block assists, 17.5 points. Mason Brewster hit 500, 11 points. Romanchuk added 11 points as well. Francois Benoit was the big attacker for Crandall, 13 points. And Peyton Sanapass, 8 kills, 10.5 points. Starters are being introduced for SJ. One is going to be Ramier. 4 is Gauthier. Pick up the Tommies here as they're introduced. 2 is Kevin Douglas, 6'6" middle out of Surrey, BC. 5, Lucas Levine. Levine is 6'4" outside hitter out of Bathurst. Raph Fassé wears number 6, 4th-year setter out of Calgary. Brenton Romanchuk wears 9, 4th-year outside hitter out of Dewberry, Alberta. 10 is Kaylin Noonan. Noonan out of St. John's, Newfoundland. And 11 is Mason Brewster. Brewster, 5.69 hit percentage, leads the conference by nearly 170 in that category. And I believe that's Braden Bruce, number 1 in the Libero jersey. It is. We'll pick up the rest of the Seawolves. 9 is Huisman. 5. Benfica in the Libero jersey. 6 is Gabe Powell. 10 is Craig Bartlett. And 7 is Ziefkar. Be Brewster on for first serve. Tommies first in the conference with 115 service errors, not where you want to be. Also first in the conference hit percentage and kills per set. That is where you want to be. Let's see if the Tommies clean up the serve action in this one. That's Gauthier with pretty much a free ball over. Tommies can't control that one right off the initial point. And that goes over to UNBSJ. Here's Jackson Ramier. Ramier out of Fredericton, first-year player, multi-sport athlete at Leo Hayes High School on the north side, and see high potential here in this conference for Ramier already. Hesitate to say all-star potential because there's only one all-star team, 6 spots. Means you have to be the best setter in the conference, and that very well could happen for Ramier in his SJ career. There's Brenton Romanchuk with the kill for the Tommies. Ties us at 1. Raph Fassé, 11th service aces on the season for Fassé. 24.5 points coming into today. Up by Gauthier, tipped at the net. Noonan. That one is wide, no touch from Noonan. 2-1 St. John for Gauthier. Gauthier, third year out of Regina, 6 service aces. 101 kills, puts him in the top 5 in the conference. Fassé for Romanchuk. Played up by Ziefker. And touch on the attack that time. That's Gauthier from the back row. Out off a Tommy hand. 3-1 SJ. The early going of this one. Gauthier again. That's Bruce, Romanchuk, Noonan. Ramier on the set for Ziefker across court, and that is good for another Seawolves point. First Tommy's home match since the opening weekend. They've had 6 in a row on the road. Lost 1 at Holland College, won the other 5. Tipped over, nice dive. Got down the line by Ziefker. Left-handed swing there. Comes Gauthier. Net service makes it 5-2 Seawolves. Tommies will look to regroup. Net service is returned. Not a roaring start here early in this opening set for Team Tommy. Craig Bartlett, third-year middle out of Halifax, serves for the Seawolves. Bruce Fassé backs at Romanchuk. Big swing. Gauthier picks that one up. Romanchuk tries again. That time it's Bartlett. Ziefker on the attack, off a couple Tommies on the block. That's Douglas and Romanchuk were there. And that one finds the floor on the Tommies side. 7-2. Here's Bartlett again. There's a big swing and finish from Lucas Levine. Kevin Douglas out of Surrey, BC. That one off the basketball support hanging from the ceiling. Initial pass drifted a little long. Ramier tried to save it. Douglas again on serve. That's a better ball from Gauthier. Westman on the attack. And that one, aided by the tape, is Levine. Had the snow tires on that one when it crossed that white stripe and snuck down the St. John's side of the net. Ramier on the set, big swing, a little bit of mishit though from Powell. Say sets Brewster, block in the middle. That one blocked out of bounds by Powell. St. John has a couple of big blockers that are in the top 5. Powell first and Willis fourth in blocks per set in the conference, each averaging over a block per set. That one punched over by Levine. Six, 7. Still have no idea what that name is, but somewhere there's somebody celebrating. It just shows that I'm old. Big swing, that time Ziefker. Romanchuk blocked at the net. That's Powell who gets that one. Eight, 7 Seawolves. Initial pass over to the Seawolf side. They give it right back. Brewster tried to clean it up. And the second time, Brewster sends it well wide. That time, Brewster off a Seawolf and out of play. Just too much power from Mason Brewster. Romanchuk to serve. Tommy's down 1. Tipped over. Good get by Bruce. Romanchuk. Free ball from Levine. Ramier on the set. Going down line was Siefker. And that's wide. Good read by Romanchuk. 9-9. Big swing there, and again, that initial pass drifts a little too far towards the Tommy side. Ends up in a net touch for Ramier, trying to control it. Tommy's now up 1. Romanchuk, high toss, big swing. Gauthier, Ramier. Out of the middle was Powell. Levine, big swing. Gets it in front of Benfica. Again, that pass drifts a little long, and that time Ramier gets it off of Brewster. Levine, Fassé, Brewster in the middle. That time overpowers the block. And here is Lucas Levine. Only had 4.5 points recorded coming into this one. Going to be close to that already here today. Not clean, but it'll count off the net. Tough break for the Seawolves on that one. Those ones that hit the net change pace and direction often. Another big booming serve. And Fika got that one. Gauthier tries to go down the line, but it's wide. And timeout Seawolves, as their early lead has now turned into a 4-point deficit. Lots of Tommies action this weekend. Women's hockey, they were losers last night. 2 late goals by UPI resulted in a 2-1 win for the Panthers. They're back on home ice this evening against UDM. UDM coming off a big win at home last evening against against UNB. At 7 o'clock at the Grand Harvey. Or you can join Brad Janes and AUS TV for that one. Tommy basketballers, I'm sure they're done by now. They were at Holland College this weekend. Women played at noon. They were victorious over Holland College. The men were in action, and don't anybody tell me the score because I want to watch that one when I get home. And volleyball back on court here tomorrow. Seawolves are in town, women at 12. The men team back in at 2. If you are coming down tomorrow, just be aware there is the big UNB Christmas craft fair on at the Curry Center. And parking close to the building when I arrived was at a premium. I think I need a bus transfer pass to get back to my vehicle. Keep that in mind if you're coming down. Give yourself a little extra time. It's a bit of a adventure. Might get lucky, get a parking spot close. Don't count on it. 15-10 Tommies, another big serve from Levine. Gauthier tip, kept up by Noonan. Now Noonan on the attack and sends it long. Tough start to the match for Noonan. Hasn't been able to get it rolling quite yet. At 15-11, that'll send Gabe Powell, second-year player out of Rossay, to the service line. There is Noonan. Gets the kill that time. Good setting matchup in this one as well with Ramier and Fassé. 1 and 2 in the conference. Fassé in front by a little bit, each over 10 assists per set in terms of stats. Point Seawolves on that kill. And here is the aforementioned Jackson Ramier. That one long from Ramier. Fassé. Benfica got that one. Ramier with the back set for Gauthier. That one in. My view shielded a little bit in that corner by the handrail here up top. Gauthier again. Noonan into the net. One more time for Gauthier. Bruce, Fassé, and that's Kevin Douglas who's long. Bruce, Fisay, Romanchuk. I believe should be 18-15. Be sure it was 17-15 last service go round. Maybe they got that. There it is. There's 18-15. That's a substitution in for the Tommies, Thomas Blizzard. And right back out goes Blizzard. Blizzard's serve was just wide on the far side. Craig Bartlett. Bruce, Fisay. Back row hit, Noonan. See if that's the one that gets Noonan on track here. Douglas. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching from the West Coast, where Kevin Douglas is from, Surrey, BC, or anywhere in between, or Newfoundland, where Kaylin Noonan is from. If you are enjoying your Saturday, thanks for joining in. Come on back with us tomorrow as well. Levine with the block at the net. Tommies +5, 21-16. Suddenly the latter parts of set one. Free from Ramier. Noonan. Fisay. Tipped by Brewster. Siefker finds the range on that attack. Substitution, it's John McKinnon out of York PEI checking in. And McKinnon will go directly back to serve. Tough break for the Tommies there. Good one for the Seawolves that time. Net service, change of pace, and Brewster couldn't react quite quick enough. .22-18 Stu Romanchuk will serve. Big swing there. Blocked at the net. That's Levine there with Brewster. Lucas Levine putting on a show here. Already 3 kills, 2 service aces, and 2 total blocks for Levine. Your rundown of the stats after this set is complete. Timeout Seawolves. Neither team lighting it up from percentage-wise thus far this set. 185 for Stu, 138 for the Seawolves. I'll save all that good stuff for between sets. I need something to talk about then. Tommies need 2 points to close out the first set. Romanchuk at 23-18. Played up by Gauthier. Out of the middle, Bruce got a piece but didn't get much air under it. That's Powell on that attack. Big smile from Gabe Powell. Then Ziefker to the service line. Little floater that time. Levine off block, played up by Bruce. For Levine again that time. Seawolves got a piece. Tipped over, kept alive, and the Tommies too many hits. Passay and Brewster both quick hands on that time, but just not quite enough contact with the ball. Down 3, Ziefker. That time goes with a lot more mustard on the hot dog. Too long from Levine. Seawolves within 2. Little miss hit there out of the middle by Powell that time. Noonan can't put it away. Benfica was there. Gauthier off the Tommy block. Point SJ. 23-22 timeout Tommies. Big push out of that timeout from the Seawolves. Coach Mallet says, let's talk this over. He seemingly had control of this set. Ziefker again. Serve for the Seawolves. Up by Levine for Fassé. Romanchuk out of the back row. Off a block out of play. Point Stu. Multiple set points now as Lucas Levine dances to the service line. High toss, big swing into the net. Hope floats for the Seawolves with Gabe Powell serving at 23-24. And Levine caught in between on that one. 24 up, we're headed for extra points in set 1. And Powell sends the serve long. Gives Mason Brewster an opportunity to start play to put things away for the Tommies. Subbing in for Stu, number 13, Kawana Snow. Snow, a 6'4" middle out of Hamilton, New Zealand. Checks in for Kevin Douglas. Dueling long serves as Brewster sends that one long. Houseman back in. Ramier at 25s. That one is just long. 2 hairs and some air, as Bob Ross would say. (26-25) for Fassé. Swing for Fassé. Good pass to Ramier. Ramier for Gauthier, and Gauthier finds the back door open. Sends the ball right out it. 27-25, Tommies take the opening set. As the teams change sides, I'll take a rundown of the stats in that set. So Seawolves 13 kills, 7 errors, 33 attempts, a 182 for 25 points. The Tommies 12 kills, 7 errors, 31 attacks, a 161 for their 27 points. Assists 13-12 Seawolves, service aces 2 each. Service errors 4 each, digs 13-12 Tommies. Blocks are the difference, 3-1 in favor of STU. All solo blocks for the Tommies. Individual stats, Gauthier leads the Seawolves. What else is new there? 6 kills, 2 errors, a 400 percentage with 3 digs. Siefker 3 kills, 2 errors, 125 with 2 digs. Ramier 10 assists already. Tommies, it's Brewster with 4 kills, a 500 percentage. Levine 3 kills, a 286, 2 service aces, and 3 blocks. That's all 3 blocks for the Tommies. Romanchuk also adds 3 kills. And 12 assists for Raph Fassé. So the setters on track, each in double digits as they average in assists per set. I bet the Tommies looking to improve that attack percentage, as will the Seawolves. Tommies best in the conference in attack percentage, coming in at .337. About half that in that opening set. And the Seawolves well under their .244 mark as well with their 1.8. I think it was 1.81 mark. Tommies are out for the second set. Noonan, Fassé, Brewster, Levine, Romanchuk, and Douglas with Braden Bruce in the Libero jersey. Everybody set there. And there's Powell for Benfica in the Libero jersey for the Seawolves. So for the Seawolves, it's Ramier, Benfica, Siefker, Bartlett, Gauthier, and Hausman. Rotations are set. Everything's set at the scores table. Thumbs up. Away we go with Ramier. Bruce, Fassé, and there's a clean kill out of the middle for Brewster. Well timed on the pass from Fassé. Douglas back in. Braden Bruce out as Mason Brewster serves. Ramier pass out of the middle and kill there for Craig Bartlett. (1-1). Set number 2, Gauthier will serve. Noonan off block. Fassé tries an attack and finds nothing but tape. 2-1 Seawolves. Goche. Noonan unloads. Ties us at 2. Well distributed by Fasse on that start, this start to the set. Benfica. Ramier and Bartlett. There's Noonan, finds the back corner. Kaylin Noonan seems to be getting on track here after a slow start to the match. At least by Kaylin Noonan standards here in the ACAA. 3-2 Stu, Fasse again. Ramier. Set that time for Huisman. 3-3. Here's Bartlett. Fasse can't get that one to spring off the net. 4-3 SJ, and Bartlett will serve again. Fasse for Douglas. Good get by Ramier. On the attack, Siefker. Now Romanchuk off block. Set up for Gauthier. Call to carry. At 4-4, it's Noonan. That one is mint for Kaylin Noonan. Seawolves just wide on that one. It's been a miss hit. I thought it took a funny bounce. Like it might have hit a block that time. 6-4 Tommies. Here's Noonan. Good get by Siefker. And a carry that time. Double hit. You could almost hear that from up here. Net service that time from Noonan. Huisman for serve. Bruce. Fasse backs at Romanchuk. Too much power there from Romanchuk. And Fika can't keep it in play. Tough one to handle even when you're right there. Close range. Douglas with the good serve there for the block. Romanchuk and Brewster. Here's Douglas again to serve. Ramier tries the sneak. Fasse was there. Ramier with the sneak a second time. Don't see that a lot from a setter. Two sneaks on the same point. 9-6 for Siefker. Free from Levine. That one might have been out of play. Levine bats it back to the Seawolf side. Again trying to sneak, but Bruce got underneath that one. Romanchuk, Ramier, Gauthier. And that time the Tommies can't get underneath. Nine 7. Siefker again. Played up by Noonan. Fasse. Noonan back row. Blocked by Powell. Siefker. That was Levine on the attack, played back by the Seawolves. Levine for Romanchuk. Off block. And net violation on the Seawolves. Down on their side and in anyway off block, so doing a Tommy point regardless. Here's Romanchuk. Oh, big swing there from Powell. Powell winds up the windmill. Let's see elastic go on that one. 10-9. Powell with the Seawolves down 1. Levine. Strong match here for Lucas Levine. Fasse. Wide on that sneak attempt. Tommies, quickly the bench were looking for a touch on that one. Ramier. Played up by Bruce. Fasse. Noonan. (12-10) for Brewster. Set up by Noonan. Fasse. Back for Noonan. That one well long from Noonan. No touch. Just looking around. Good crowd on hand here for Saturday afternoon. It was a little bit late arriving, I'm sure, because of the parking situation that I mentioned earlier. Douglas out of the middle with an attempt. Siefker partially blocked. Fasse. And that one was up by Gauthier. Siefker into the open space. Levine can't get there. Not a lot of separation in this match thus far. Extra points for the Tommies to take set number 1, tied at 12 here in set 2. Gauthier, Fasse, Romanchuk, Benfica did really well to get there, just couldn't quite control the ball. Great hustle from Benfica. Libero, not a position that gets a lot of talk or a lot of glory. Boy, do they ever leave it all on the floor. (13-13). Here's Bartlett. A little extra postage on that one from Craig Bartlett. And Noonan, couple stamps short on that one into the net, 14-14. In for the Seawolves, John McKinnon. Saw the substitution in set number 1 as well. Strong serve from McKinnon. A little collision there from the Tommies, Fasay and Romanchuk. And long off the hands of the Seawolves. Looks like everybody's okay there. A couple of Alberta boys that know each other quite well. Powell. Miss hit that time from Gabe Powell. Looks like he might have been trying to change his mind as a result of the Tommy blockers. Here's Douglas. Ramier with the set, Ziefker. Douglas got under it, but the ball ends up in the upper deck here at the pit. A little souvenir for a fan. I'll send it back down to the sideline, actually. Fasay, Brewster off block. Ziefker, Ramier. And again, Powell. It's going to be on the way down on the jump that time. The ball not quite there. A reach a little bit. (17-15). Romanchuk. Benfica. Levine can't put it away. Powell's there that time, but a net touch for the Seawolves. Substitution coming. It's Cameron Willis checking in for Gabe Powell. Willis, fourth-year middle, right here out of Fredericton. Tommy's up 3, Romanchuk. Big swing, Benfica. Ramier, Gauthier. Noonan, Fasay, and Romanchuk. Ramier again. Now Ramier on the attack, blocked by Levine. Romanchuk serves, Benfica. On the attack, that's Gauthier. Played up. Levine, not quite a free ball, but handy to it. That one long from Gauthier. And Gauthier thought they had the point. Instead, down 5, it's timeout Seawolves. Gauthier was sure that one caught the back line. Look of surprise as the official said, no, sir, it did not. Timeout about this point in the set worked. Last timeout. For the Seawolves, they were down a number and then managed to get back into play. 2015 Tommies, latter stage set 2. Brenton Romanchuk, the pride of Dewberry, Alberta. Pretty little town Dewberry is when you look it up online. Attack is off the Tommy block. It'll send Cameron Willis back to serve. Willis, 4 service aces on the season among Willis's 33 points. That one's not got a lot of power on it. Levine blocked. Ramier and Bartlett were there. I think it's Ramier gets the block there, although Bartlett's pretty happy. Oh, nice dive by Romanchuk. Going on the attack was Gauthier, punched over, and that one is wide. To see that one again, but I don't think Gauthier had to send that one back when he did. I think it had just come off the Tommies. Here comes Liam Aikenhead in for the Tommies. Coming out is Lucas Levine. Aikenhead, a first-year outside hitter out of Dartmouth. Opportunity here to swing right into the serving position for Aikenhead. High touch, big swing, and that one is long from Aikenhead. And Aikenhead thought he was going to come right back out of the match. Instead, he'll stay. Houseman back in. And Ramier serves for Aikenhead. Bruce free from Noonan. Benfica. Oh, that one had me confused. That was for Houseman. Thought that set was going in the other direction. Good scramble here. Good rally, and it's Fassé. Goes on the sneak attack for the point for the Tommies. 22-18. Mason Brewster. Swing back to serve. Played by Benfica. Ramier tried to keep that initial pass from going just a bit long. And ends up in a Tommy point. First pass also critical to an organized offense, and there's a great one from Benfica. There you see the results. They get a great attack out of it. Off a block and in for Gauthier. And the setter can handle the ball and pick out an attacking target. 23-19 STU. And here's Gauthier. Goes right at Aikenhead. Aikenhead caught in the in-between, and now Aikenhead will sub out for Levine at 23-20. Good exposure for Aikenhead. Didn't have him with any stats coming into this one, so maybe in fact, first little bit of regular season playing time for Stu. Romanchuk with a free ball. Great save by Fassé. Keep that alive. And that results in the Seawolves attack going long. Fassé can close out the set here. Great hustle, get in behind the first official up on the podium at the net. Ramier keeps it alive. Houseman. Played up Levine. Fassé sets Noonan. Noonan off block. Benfica was there. And getting that one down is Craig Bartlett. Keeps the Seawolves alive in this second set. They don't want to go down 2 sets. Has been a tight match all the way through. First couple sets. Tommies have just been just a shade better in key moments. Couple extra points. Noonan. No tip on that one. And 24-22. Bartlett again. Romanchuk, free ball. Ramier sets in the middle for Willis. Free from Bruce. Good deep ball, though, from Bruce for a free ball. Willis tried it at the net. Point Tommies. And that'll do it. Too many hits for the Seawolves. Willis resulted in a fourth hit. Tommies up 2 sets. Need a second here to get the phone awake again. And in that second set, the Seawolves, 10 kills, 12 errors on 33 attacks. That's a minus 061 for their 22 points. The Tommies, 9 kills, 4 errors, 33 attacks, a 152. Again, neither squad lighting it on fire here from an attacking percentage. Overall, the Seawolves, 23 kills, 66 attacks, 19 errors, 061. The Tommies, 21 kills, 64 attacks, 11 errors, a 156. Assists 23-21 in favor of the Seawolves. Seawolves 4 service aces, Tommies 3. Tommies 8 service errors to the Seawolves 5. Blocks are 5-4 STU total. Individual stats for the Seawolves. It is Gauthier up to 8 kills, 6 errors, a 111, 4 digs and a service ace. Siefker 6 kills, 4 errors, a 133, 4 digs. 19 assists from Ramier, so just about on the 10 a set average. For the Tommies, it's Romanchuk. 6 kills, 1 error, a 333, and 6 digs. Noonan, 5 kills. Brewster, 5 kills. 19 assists also for Fassé. 4 blocks for Levine to go along with his 4 kills. 6 digs, Romanchuk and Braden Bruce. 11 digs, Benfica on the Seawolves side. All that really adds up to the Tommies up 2 sets on the Seawolves. Seawolves need this one, keep the match going. And the Tommies send out Parker Melnick along with Brenton Romanchuk. On the service line is Mason Brewster, Raph Fassé. I see Lucas Levine and Kevin Douglas. That's the STU lineup. Houseman, Willis, Siefker, Benfica, Gauthier, and John McKinnon. McKinnon out of York PI will be the setter here. A name like McKinnon is definitely an island name. McKinnon to Gauthier right off the bat is a Seawolf point. Gauthier on serve, Levine. Fassé tried the sneak. Seawolves were there. Closed the lid on the pot that time, did the Seawolves. Romanchuk keeps that alive for STU. Set up, Houseman. Levine. Big dive by Gauthier. Great rally. Oh, another good get from Bruce. Still alive here. Fassé, second hit. Needed another Tommy to come in and get that one. Great rally results in a Seawolf point. And for the Seawolves, here is Gauthier again at 2-0. Set up for Douglas. On the attack, Siefker. Fassé. Romanchuk from the back row finds tape. Seawolves keep it alive. Houseman. Melnick. Fassé. Romanchuk. Was off of McKinnon. Free. Not sure that got around the antenna the right way, but it'll must have if the officials didn't blow it in. It's a hard angle for me. Romanchuk off block. Gauthier got a piece as it was near the floor. Results in a Tommy point. A little perspiration situation here. And Gauthier does floors as well. All mopped up. Trailing by one, it's Fassé. McKinnon. Nice set that time. I think that's Willis who's going to get that short pass for McKinnon. And it is Willis back to serve. On the set for Romanchuk. Cross court was open. Three-two for Levine. Big swing there, played up by Siefker. Houseman touched on the way through. Point, SJ. Back set Romanchuk. Seawolves keep that one alive. Tommy's regroup. Romanchuk again, that time blocked, but out. Kevin Douglas. Fassé was there on the Siefker attack. And out of the middle that time, Powell. Douglas, Powell, McKinnon. Tipped over by Powell. Brewster. Stopped that time. And the Seawolves, Siefker. A tough angle to try to play that one. Second referee sent scrambling there for shelter by the net post. Blocked by Brewster. Tommy's +2. Here's Kevin Douglas. Powell that time out of the middle didn't try to do too much with it. Just got that one in play. Well placed by Powell. This weekend's action is the last action of the first semester for both of these clubs. Got it again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Women play same school at 12. That's contact with the antenna that time on the way through. Somehow that doesn't go as a reception error. Sorry, folks. Sometimes I have to entertain myself just a little bit. Wasn't really that funny. Brewster with the kill out of the middle. (7-6) STU for Romanchuk. Free to the Tommies. Fassay with the sneak is good. Houseman can't get underneath that one. Houseman, the ACAA Athlete of the Week. Pretty sure that was this week. Sometimes those news stories trip me up just a little bit. Very recent at the very least. Just long from Romanchuk. That's one he wanted. Line judge well positioned and did look like the right call. Levine, Fassay. There's Melnick. Crystal Beach, Ontario. Be happy to see Parker. The kill in this set, and now on to serve. High toss, big swing. Big power from Melnick. And out of the middle, it's McKinnon who does the setter sneak. (9-8). Set up Levine. Off a block and in. Point STU. Sub coming for the Tommies. It is Kwana Snow in for Kevin Douglas. Mason Brewster on to serve. Wow, big swing, Gauthier. That's off a Tommy and into the upper deck. Gauthier again. Net that time. Ton of room here in front of Siefker if Fassay wants to come this way. McKinnon for Houseman off of Levine, out of play, point Seawolves. Cameron Willis. Will serve. Didn't sound like a clean hit from up here for Willis. And it goes long as a result. Comes Thomas Blizzard in. Blizzard, fourth year outside from Fredericton. Checks in for Lucas Levine. Punched over off of Romanchuk. Gets a little hug there from Kawana Snow. Bruce has that one go off the basketball support on the roof. 12-12. Thought for a second we were going to see a timeout there from the Tommies. Fasay sets Romanchuk off block. Played up Houseman. Goche, Siefker. Bruce. Fasay. Melnick blocked, but Bruce is there to keep it alive. McKinnon for Siefker. Off block, out of play. Melnick. Wow. Thirteen for Kawana Snow. McKinnon tried to sneak. Fasay got a hand. Not sure if Blizzard would have been there or not. Bruce in for Snow in the Libero jersey. And Siefker. Siefker on the serve. Seawolves up one. Blocked, but the Tommies are there. Melnick powers it off the block, out of play. Point Stu. There's Powell with a clean hit that time. Makes it 14-14. Powell back to serve. At 15-14 actually, Seawolves. Make it 15-15 now. For Melnick. Played up by Siefker. Gauthier on the attack. Bruce. Fasay backs at Romanchuk back row. Benfica is there. McKinnon. Gauthier. Bruce. Melnick. For Blizzard. Benfica. Played up by McKinnon. Fasay there. That pass from McKinnon drifted just a little too long, and Raph Fasay able to clean up the mess at the net. Parker Melnick again. Played up by Gauthier. Gauthier. Bruce. Fasay backs at Romanchuk. Houseman got a hand in there. Got the ball up, but it was into the Seawolf bench. Timeout, SJ, as they're now down 2 points. And Parker Melnick is bringing it from the service line. Try to break the momentum a little bit. Might give Melnick a time just to load up a little bit more of that spicy hot mustard. Next service swing. Reminder again, ACAA.ca, all your league information. There are other games happening, other matches happening today and this weekend. You can go right back here. The LB Gym tomorrow, 12 and 2 women's volleyball at 12, men at 2. SJ again in town. And that'll do it for first semester volleyball action for the men. I'll have to check the women. Didn't quite get ready for that one tomorrow yet. I think that might do it for the volleyball women as well for the first half. We'll check that. Talk about that tomorrow. STU hockey game tonight. That's a big one against UNM. UNM beat UNB at home last evening, the Tommies, and I was privileged to be on that call. Lost to UPI. Go Tommies.ca for all your Tommies information. Basketball was on the road at Holland. The women won. I watched that one earlier. I'll watch the men when I get home on tape delay, if you will. Speaking of tape delay, that's off the tape. Off a Seawolf and down. Melnick indeed had a little extra spicy mustard on that serve. Maybe a little hot sauce. That one just long from Melnick. Oh no, called in. I thought that was a point Seawolves. I thought the way the referee pointed. Melnick again on serve. I was waiting for someone to toe the Seawolves service line. As Brewster puts it in. Off of Siefker. I was looking the wrong way, wondering why nobody was going back to serve. That's because it was a point STU. 2015 saw this timeout in the second set, this exact score. I do promise I'll pay attention. As always, we're pleased to bring you all the action here on Tommy's TV and ACAA TV, AOS TV for the women's hockey. But if you get out to the arena and support these student athletes, it is a whole lot of fun. I know I have a lot of fun sitting up here talking to myself for a couple hours. Certainly great competition. And I think you'd enjoy it in person if you're able to get yourself here. And check out some of the sports you might not normally watch. Melnick, big swing there. I think you'll find the heart of all these athletes and the effort they give. High-level competition and quality people as well involved. Speaking of rising to the occasion, that's Brewster. Express elevator to the top floor. Well, that's a high top floor for Brewster. He can get up there, 21-16. Willis on the attack. Played up by Brewster. And Romanchuk off a Seawolf block. 22-16. Tommy's 3 points from a straight set victory. But we've seen the Seawolves, the first couple sets, climb right back into those sets from similar positions. Here's Brewster. McKinnon on the set. Houseman can't play it over. Good get from McKinnon. Gauthier off a block. Out of play, point UNBSJ. And here's Gauthier, who is just the person you would want at the line if you're a Seawolves fan here when you're down a few. Got a good serve. And, of course, I am able to jinx the server with that one. I'll take that one at him. Tommy fans are saying, keep talking. Raph Fassay. Fourth in service aces per set. That one tried the punch shot, did Houseman. And it is wide. 24-17. Multiple match points here for Fasse and the STU Tommies. Big booming serve played up by Goche. Siefker. Houseman gets it over. Fasse set. And that was Snow out of the middle. There's Fasse. Bruce. Blizzard played up by Goche. Siefker. Fasse. Blizzard again on the attack. Benfica. McKinnon. Tipped over. Houseman. Romanchuk for the match. Brenton Romanchuk puts it away for the Tommies. Just took a little bit off that one. Straight sets for STU, 25-17 here in set 3. That'll do it here from the LB Gym. Reminder, these teams back at it again tomorrow at 2. Get here a couple hours before that. Watch the women at noon. You are coming into the gym. Reminder of the craft fair at the Curry Center that's just across the parking lot. It's a bit of a zoo finding a parking space. Give yourself extra time. But get here. Come on in for that. If you're away, you know where to find us. Tune us in. Tommy's TV on YouTube and ACAA TV. For everyone here at St. Thomas, the always amazing Alice in the producer's chair, I'm Bill Gibson. Thanks for tuning in for this one. See you tomorrow.